Hello, I am futurist Amelia Kallman. Welcome to issue number 39 of The Big Reveal. So I'm really excited to announce I will be hosting the Smart Workplace Summit in Barcelona on February 1st. And I'll also be hosting the forum stage at ISE 2022, the 1st through the 4th of February. So hopefully I will see you there. I really enjoyed hosting the T-30 Summit and appearing at the World Summit AI in Amsterdam, as well as speaking at InfoShare in Gdansk, and also sharing my thoughts and insights on the metaverse with some friends in Asia. So without further ado, let's get started. Dataset detection. So one of the challenges with AI is explainability, being able to explain why an algorithm came to certain conclusions. So here we've been able to take these manufactured AI images of fake people who don't really exist that have been created by AI, and using a cyber attack technique called the membership attack, engineers have been able to reverse and rewind these AI fake people to be able to detect the photos that it used in the data set to come up with that face. So this kind of gives us a bit of explainability, but it also brings up the idea that we can rewind these algorithms, and this could potentially expose data sets. Vargo Arrow. So Vargo are really known for their headsets with great resolution and fidelity, and they have just come out with the Arrow, which does not disappoint. One journalist said that it's even like seeing the world through new eyes. So it gives a great sense of presence, it has a wide field of view, and it also has a great sweet spot. One thing though is that content doesn't necessarily do it justice. There's only about a dozen applications at the moment that really are showcased best with this kind of high resolution. But this is going to be a real game changer for industries such as aerospace and also manufacturing and engineering. Microflyer. So this one's really cool. This is a winged microchip that was developed by researchers at Northwestern University, and it is the world's smallest flying structure, and it's the size of a grain of sand, and it is great for monitoring air pollution as well as airborne diseases. So it doesn't have an engine, but instead it's inspired by nature, and it works like a propeller, like maple leaves, and flies through the air. And it can also be equipped with sensors, power sources, a way to communicate, as well as data storage. Scripter. So this is for any journalists out there or writers. I think you'll really find this comes in handy. This is something that you wear on your shirt like a badge, and it records conversations and then transcribes them immediately. So if you're a student and you go to lots of lectures, this might also be good for you, or as a teacher or a lecturer, this could also be really great. And it works in 16 different languages, which is quite impressive, and it's available on Kickstarter for $129, and it will ship next April. Positive Carbon. So this is one of the startups that I met at InfoShare, and I love what they do. They are working to reduce CO2 emissions by working with kitchens, large kitchens such as hotels, event spaces, restaurants, to help them reduce waste and cut food waste in half by 50%. So they do this through technology. They have a scale as well as a visualizer sensor that goes above the trash bins, and it can actually see which food has been thrown out, weigh how much of that food has been thrown out. So hopefully this informs purchasing decisions moving forward. BFC. So this one actually won the startup competition, and it's very cool. So button or coin cell power solutions that are often used in disposable low-powered electronics such as medical devices, sensors, wearables, smart packaging, things like that, they're really difficult to recycle and they're bad for the environment. So they have come up with an alternative that's made out of paper and enzymes. So it's a bioenzymatic fuel cell system, and it converts natural substances like glucose and oxygen into electricity. So not only could this be a great solution for replacing batteries, but also bring up new applications for IoT. Musical QR. So Campbell's have partnered with Universal Music Group for their latest campaign, which features a QR code on their famous label. And when you scan it, you have access to recipes, backstage content, as well as exclusive music from the Universal Music artist. And they're inviting people to get in on the action and to actually use a sound kit on soundsgoodtonight.com to create their own songs for a prize of $20,000. Desk 27. So this is a Google Meet device that I had the pleasure of toying around with earlier this month, and it's very cool. So this is going to potentially be great, especially for home offices. And it is a desk monitor, a laptop docking station, and it has Jamboard capabilities, so interactive, collaborative whiteboarding. It's also great for video conferences. It has 5 megapixel camera in it that can actually pan and focus as you move around. It has 8 microphones, so you know the sound quality is going to be good. It is priced at around $2,000 USD, and pre-orders are available now. XRVC. So this is one of my favorites in this edition. So Simply Video have come up with a way that people who are wearing AR or MR headsets can join Google Meets or Microsoft Team meetings. So they can do this simply by scanning a QR code that's sent in the invitation letter with the headset. So it's great if you need a hands-free solution, if you're on site, if you're doing inspections, if you need a remote expert to come in. It's also very cool is that it can work on low bandwidth. So in some of these locations, it's difficult to find an internet connection. So this is a solution to that. And it also incorporates with Sketchfab, so you can make live annotations over physical environments, and you can do this collaboratively. So it works on all the major AR, MR headsets, and it also works on any device that has a camera and internet connection, such as underwater drones. And finally, Cast. So I don't often cover the adult industry, but I always look there because they're often ahead of the curve when it comes to technology trends. And this one really caught my eye. So this is connecting sensory devices with content. And in this case, it was CamSoda's Cast series pairing sex toys with HBO series Succession. So every time a certain actor comes on screen, a person has a certain kind of haptic experience. So they have also paired content with things like the cryptocurrency market and the Super Bowl. So as wearables and smart clothing, all these things become more sophisticated, we might find that we get our updates about our latest news and the people we're interested in more of a visceral, sensory way in the future. So that's what I have for you this month. Thank you so much for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you next month. Take care.